Today's section is entering and editing data in Excel sheet. We can enter and edit data in Excel sheet very easily. Entering and editing data. Before going to entering and editing data in the Excel sheet, first of all, we have to open the Excel sheet. How you can open the Excel sheet means there are two ways to open the Excel sheet. First, go to the Start button, click on the Start button. In that Start button, click on the All Programs. After then, click on the MS Office. After then, MS Excel. This is the first way to open the MS Excel. And the second way is to open the MS Excel is click on the search bar. You can find the search bar next to the Start button. Click on the search bar and then type MS Excel in that search bar. If you type MS Excel in that search bar means then automatically the MS Excel spreadsheet will be appeared on your screen. Here I am taking the sample Excel sheet. Just I am taking the rows and columns. Is the column A, column B and column C. Row 1, row 2, row 3 and row 4. This is the sample sheet I am taking over here. And then after taking the Excel sheet, I have to enter something in the Excel sheet. If you want to save this Excel sheet, go to the Office button and then you can save the Excel sheet, or you can enter something data in the Excel sheet, then after completing the data you can save the Excel sheet. There are two ways. Whatever you like, you can do it in this Excel sheet. And I am entering some data in this Excel sheet. First of all, you have to select the first cell. That means I am selecting the A1 cell. Not only the first cell, you can take any other cell. But here I am taking the A1 cell. I am clicking on this A1 cell. That means if I am clicking on this cell means then automatically the A1 cell is highlighted. That means highlighted means it is activated. Remaining these cells are non-active cells. This is activate cell. How can you know that this is an activate cell means the rectangular border will be appeared in this cell, then you can find this cell is an active cell. If you click on this cell means then one cursor will be appeared here. One cursor is blinking here. Then the cursor is blinking means then you can write something from your keyboard or type something from your keyboard. That means it is ready to type something from your keyboard. Here I am writing, this is the cursor blinking here. Here I am writing something like tool here. I am writing tool in the A1 cell. After entering the data in the A1 cell, if I want to go to the next cell means there are two ways. First one is you can press the tab key from your keyboard, and the next way is arrow keys. You can press the tab key from your keyboard or you can press the arrow key from your keyboard. There are 4 arrow keys are available in your keyboard. Upward arrow key, downward arrow key, left arrow key and right arrow key. Whatever the direction you are going, then according to that direction you have to press on these arrow buttons. I want to go to the rightward direction. That's why I am clicking on this right arrow key. If I am clicking on this or press on this arrow key, right arrow key means then this B cell is activated and A cell is inactivated. If B1 cell is activated means then I can write something in this B1 cell. Here I am writing as office in the B1 cell. Simply we can enter the data in this Excel sheet. After completing the A1 cell and B1 cell, you can go to the next cell also. You can go to the downward direction cells also. If you want the middle cell means then place the mouse pointer in this cell and click on this cell. If you click on this cell means then automatically this cell is highlighted and the remaining cells are in dehighlighted, or this cell is activated and remaining cells are inactivated. If this cell is activated means I can write something in this cell. I am writing here computer over here. If I am writing computer in this cell means then automatically the data is entered over here. Okay. After completing the data in this B3 cell, then you can go for the another cell and you can write something in that another cell. After completing the data entering in the Excel sheet, you can save the Excel sheet for future use. How you can save the Excel sheet means at the top right corner you will find one office button. I already discussed the parts of MS Excel in the previous section. If you find out there, you can find out there, this is the office button. If you click on this office button means you can find some options like new, open, save and save as and print over here. If you click on this MS Office button, you can find these options in that MS Office button. Here I want to save this Excel sheet. For saving purpose, I am clicking on this save option. If I am clicking on this save option means then automatically the entire spreadsheet will be saved. If you click on this save option means one dialog box will be appeared. In that dialog box, this is the Save as dialog box. If you click on the save or save as for both dialog box, the title will be as save as only. At the left hand side, the locations will be appeared over here. What are the locations will be appeared means here desktop, documents and C drive, D drive, whatever the drives are available in your system, that locations will be appeared at the left side. And at the bottom side, you will find one file name and one box over here to write the file name. And type as already this is in the worksheet type, automatically it will take as a worksheet. If you want to change this means here one down arrow mark will be appeared. If you click on this down arrow mark means you can change the type as well as. In the last you can find OK button and cancel button or save button and OK button over here. This is the dialog box appeared for the save as. And I am taking name as here student. I am writing the name as student here. After typing the name in the file name, click on the OK button. And if you want to change the location, means first of all change the location and go to the file name and type the file name here and then click on the OK button. If you click on the OK button means then automatically this worksheet is saved with student. This is the way you can enter the data in your Excel sheet. This is the data and office is the data and computer is the data. Whatever the data you have to enter in the Excel sheet, then you can easily enter something in your Excel sheet. And after writing something in the Excel sheet, go for the save option and save it for a future use. And next, if I want to delete something data in my Excel sheet, means there is also a way to delete the data from my Excel sheet. If I want to delete this cell means I am clicking on this cell, that means this cell is activated. Directly I can delete from my keyboard, or there is a way to delete step by step process. What is the direct way means click on this cell, place the mouse pointer here, this cell is selected. After the cell is selected, in your keyboard you will find one delete option. You will find one delete option. Click on this delete option. Then the data will be deleted. This is the first way. And second way is select this cell, place the mouse pointer here and click on this cell. That means this cell is selected. That means this cell is an active cell. Here one cursor will be blinked over the R. If the cursor is blinking means then go to keyboard, that means from your keyboard backspace key is available. Click on that backspace key or press on that backspace key. If you press on this backspace key means then automatically one letter will be erased. If you press double time means double letters, that means two letters will be erased. If you press three times means three letters will be erased over here. This is the way to erase the data or delete the data step by step. Delete is the process you can enter the you can delete the data directly, and backspace is the process you can delete the data step by step process. This is the way to enter the data and delete the data. And the next option is editing data. How you can edit the data? You can edit the data very easily. How means I am taking here office in B1 cell. I am clicking here, place the mouse pointer and click on this cell, that means office, but office will be, that means B1 cell will be activated. If the B1 cell is activated means place the cursor here and I have to write something in this data, that means editing. Place the mouse pointer here, that means cursor is blinking. If the cursor is blinking means then you can type something from your keyboard. I am typing yes from my keyboard. After S, the cursor will be blinked. That means one letter I am entered from my keyboard. That means I am editing this data. First data is office. After editing, the data is offices. That means I added one letter to the old entry. This is the old entry. I am entering the new alphabet like S. That means here old entry is converted into the new entry. That means it is edited as some letter. edited with the S letter. And then you can add in between the letters also, in between the alphabets also. How you can add means, if I am writing here TOL, I am missing some letter here. That means in my mind the word is tool. But here I am writing as TOL. That means I am missing some letter over the middle. If I am missing some letter in the middle means I can write the letter in this Excel sheet very easily. How I can write the letter in this middle means, place the mouse pointer at the middle, whatever you can enter or whatever the data you have to add at that place the cursor here. If you place the cursor means cursor is blinking in between the O and L. If the cursor is blinking means then you can type O letter from your keyboard and then continuation already L is available. And the tool is completed. If I want to create this as tools means already the cursor is blinking over the L. I have to press the right arrow key for one time. If I am pressing the right arrow key for one time means then automatically the cursor will be goes to here. If the cursor is moving towards the L means then I am writing S over here. This is the way to enter the data and delete the data and editing the data for last one and entering the data for the first one, and you can edit the data as well. As I am editing the data at last and I am entering the data in the middle also, and you can enter the data at first also. This is the way you can enter and edit the data very easily. And quick and easy method is also available in the Excel sheet. What is that quick and easy method means? Place the mouse pointer here and click on this cell and start typing from your keyboard. If you click on this cell and start typing from your keyboard, then automatically the old entry will be deleted and then new entry will be appeared in this cell. This is the quick and easy method to enter data. And this is the entering data and editing data and the deleting data. This is the process to enter and delete data. This is a very easy process to enter and delete the data in your Excel sheet. And the next one is number formatting. And next one is number formatting. In this number formatting, we have three types. We can enter the data as well as for three types. That means or four types. What is this or? First one is percentage, and the second way is currency, and third one is date, and fourth one is the time. These are the four types available in the number formatting. We can enter the data over the Excel also, and we can enter the numbers as well as percentage, currency, date, time in the Excel sheet also. And for percentage, we are using the symbol like this, and in currency one of the currency I am taking that as dollar over here, and for date different formats are available in the Excel sheet. We can use any of that format. Anytime also we can select any one of them. And here percentage I am taking in number formatting. If I want to enter percentage in the Excel sheet means, here I am taking the sample Excel sheet. Column A, column B, row 1, row 2, row 3 and row 4. Okay. This is the sample Excel sheet I am taking here, and I am entering some numbers like 16.1, 17.2 and 15.3, and then 20.1 or 20, you can take as 20.1 over here. This is the data I am entered in the Excel sheet. But if I am enter the data as like this means, the Excel sheet will think that this is a numbers only. It will think this it as a decimal numbers only. It won't think it as a percentage. If you want to write percentage in the Excel sheet means, then you have to add the percentage symbol after the numbers. If you enter the percentage symbol after the number means, then the Excel sheet will be understand this is the percentage. If you didn't enter the percentage symbol after the number means, then it will be categorized as only decimal numbers or numbers. Excel won't understand or it won't think for whatever the data you are enter. It will simply understand this as the numbers. For each and every data you are enter in the Excel sheet, that will be clear data. That should be a cleared data. If the data is not at all clear means, the Excel will be understand that is an some other data. For that purpose, you have to enter the data very clearly. That's why I am pressing the percentage symbol over here. The percentage symbol will be available in your keyboard. In your keyboard, you can see this type of key. You can press on that key. At first time, you are pressing at one time means one symbol will be appeared. If you are pressing at double times means double time percentage symbol will be appeared on your screen. This is the way the percentage will be taken. In mathematics, the percentage will be calculated in decimal points also. For example, if I am taking 15% means it will be categorized as 0.5. If I am taking 55 means it will be taking as 0.55. You can enter the data in mathematics subject. They will be converted the percentage into the decimal points also. This is the way the percentage symbol you can enter in the Excel sheet. This is the percentage you can calculate it. Or if you want to enter the formula and you can find the percentage means, you can enter the data over the Excel sheet and you can write formula in the formula bar. Then you can easily get the percentage in the Excel sheet. These are the two ways I am telling. First of all, I am taking the numbers over here and I am adding the percentage symbol in the Excel sheet. And the second way is, if you want to find the percentage in the Excel means, you can write the data and you first of all you have to write the formula over the formula bar. And the next one is I am taking as a currency. For this, for each and every option, we have to take some data in the Excel sheet. Here I am taking data in the Excel sheet. That means currency. I am taking dollar 20, dollar 1, dollar 3. I am taking over here. If you enter the data 20 means it will categorized as number 20. If you add something currency symbol before the number means it will be categorized as this is a currency. If you add the dollar symbol after the number means it won't categorized as a currency. If you want to enter the currency in the Excel sheet means first of all you have to enter the currency symbol over here. I am taking one of the type of currency over here. That means I am taking the dollar symbol first of all and then I am writing the number as 5. That means $5 it will be taken. If you write in the middle means here I am taking $5, 3 means it won't understand this is a currency. Why it won't understand means in the middle of these numbers I am taking the dollar symbol. I already told you in the previous sections like if you enter the dollar symbol means then it will be stored it as a locked cells or blocked cells. That means if you want to lock any other cell means if you enter dollar symbol and taking as a cell reference B3 means here B3 means we have to take in this way, that means a horizontal and vertical way. B3 means this is the data appeared in the B3, that means $5.3 is available in the B3 cell. If I am taking the data as $B3 means the entire B column is locked. That means we cannot change that one. For this section only. This is the way to log the sections or log the cells. Here I am not at all taking the dollar symbol in between the numbers. This is the wrong way. We are unable to enter the dollar symbol in between this. We have to enter the dollar symbols at the first section. That means before entering the number you have to take the dollar symbol and you can write some number over here. This is the way to enter the dollar symbol in the Excel sheet. And in currency there are different types of currencies also available. Just for example I am taking the dollar symbol and here I am taking the some data in the Excel sheet. And coming to date, how you can enter the date in Excel sheet. There are different formats are available in the Excel sheet. That means what are the formats are available means date, month and year. This is one format. Date, month and year. And next way is month, date and year. And the fourth process is month, date and year. This is the formats you can take. Here I am taking the slash. In presence of the slash you can take as hyphen also. These are also formats available in the Excel sheet. Whatever the format you are interested, you can enter that format. These are the formats available in the Excel sheet. You can select any of them. Here I am taking the data like DD means date will be appeared, means month will be appeared. Here I am taking 4 Ys. 4 Ys means here the year will be taken. That means 4 digits 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why here taken as a 4 Ys over here. And the second one is I am taking only 2. If the Excel sheet will be taken the before letters means before 2 letters means it will be wrong. It won't take the before letters. It will take the last 2 digits. It won't take the before digits. It will take the last digits. If I entered 2 Ys means it will take as 20 only. Okay, and then here is the formats for the date. If I am entering the date like this means the Excel sheet can understand. If I am writing the date as 3rd June 2020 means the Excel won't understand. Why it won't understand means here I am adding some RD over here. It will take the RD as an letters only. That means the Excel sheet categorizing this RD as an alphabets. RD will be taken as 3RD June 2020. It will be categorized as in this format. This is the wrong format. For I am taking either we can enter in this way or we can enter in this way. The Excel won't understand RD, TH, whatever the letters we are entering, it won't understand. It will be taken as the alphabets only. That's why we are unable to add the RDs and TH in the date sections. And coming to Excel sheet, here I am taking the sample Excel sheet. A column, B column, row 1, row 2 and row 3. Here I am taking the data in the Excel sheet. The data is 3, 6, 20, 20. That means if I am selecting this cell and dragging towards the downward direction means automatically the Excel sheet will be filled with next series. That means the next series date is 4, 6, 2020 and 5, 6, 2020. It will be categorized for the next date series. This is the way to enter the date in the Excel sheet. And if you enter in this format means it will be filled with June only. For some cases, if you take the date as 30 means if you enter the date like this means if for example I am taking the date as 30 June 2020. If you enter the date like this and dragging towards the downward direction means the next series won't be added here. For that purpose, we have to take the date as 30 June 2020. If you take the date as in this format and selecting this format and dragging towards the downward direction means the next series of date will be appeared in the Excel sheet. This is the way the date can be appeared on your Excel sheet. And the last one is time. How can you enter the time in the Excel means we have simple formula to display the current time or current date in the Excel sheet. If you enter the formula like equal to symbol now and brackets means the current date and time will be appeared on your Excel sheet. And then coming to time, if you want to enter the time means then we have to enter in this format, that means hours, minutes and seconds. If you want to enter the time in the Excel sheet means we have to follow this format, that means hours, minutes and seconds. If you follow this format means then easily understand the next series also. If you enter the only hours in the Excel sheet means that means in my mindset I am writing the 12 a.m. Just I am leaving over here. Just I wrote the 11 digit in the Excel sheet and I am leaving over here. The Excel will think that this is a number. It won't think that this is a time. If you enter AM or PM means it will take as a time. If you don't enter the AM and PM means it will categorize it as a number only, it won't categorize it as a time. If you enter this as in this format means it will understand this as a time format. This is the way you can enter the numbers over the Excel sheet. The first one is percentage and the second is currency, third is date and fourth is time. This is the number formatting and the next one is autofill. And the next one is autofill. There are two types. First one is autofill and second one is custom fill. These two topics are very important in the Excel sheet. Here I am taking the data in the Excel sheet. That means A column, B column, row 1, row 2 and row 3. Okay. After that, here I am taking the data as SUN, or here I am taking the data as Sunday. This is the shortcut way and this is the normal way. Here I am taking SUN and at the second cell I am taking MON and I am selecting both these two cells. I am selecting these two cells and dragging towards the downward direction. If I am dragging towards the downward direction means then automatically next series will be followed. After Monday it will be appeared Tuesday and Wednesday and then Thursday. This is the format. The next data will be appeared automatically. And the next way is, here I am taking the data as a Sunday, and if I am clicking on this cell and dragging towards the downward direction means, then automatically the next data will be appeared in the Excel sheet. This is the way the data is appeared over here. For example, I am taking the table over here. Whatever the data will be appeared automatically means, first value you entered and filled series. This is the first value you entered, and then this is the filled series. First value is, here I am entering as Sunday, and filled series is, after Sunday it will be filled like Monday, Tuesday and etc. Here I am taking date over here, that means 3rd June 2020 I am taking here, and the next series is 4, 5 and 5, 6, 20, 20 over here. And the next one is, I am taking Jan here, and the next series is February, March and April it will take. This is the format. If I am entering some 5, 10 over here, this will be filled with 15, 20 and 25. That means it is taking the 5 series in the Excel sheet. This is the format. Whatever the data you enter, these are all autofill sections. That means if you enter Sunday in the Excel sheet and dragging towards the downward direction means, then automatically Monday and Tuesday will be filled. If you take the date and dragging towards the downward direction means, then automatically the remaining dates will be filled. And for this format, months also appeared, and here I am taking the numbers also. This is the way to follow the auto format or auto fill. You can enter the data and drag towards the downward direction. These are all already created lists. That's why it is appearing in the Excel sheet. And next one I am taking as custom fill. There is a difference between the autofill and custom fill also. Here I am taking custom fill option. This is the custom fill option. For custom fill, we have to go for options. In 2003 version, first go to tools and then options and then custom list. This is the way to open the custom list in 2003 version. For 2007 version, click on the office button and go for the Excel options and then click on the advanced option. In that advanced option, click the custom. And for 2010 to 13 versions, go for file menu. In that file menu, Go for Excel options. In that Excel option, click on the advanced. In that advanced, click on the edit custom. This is the way to open the custom list in the Excel sheet. Going for 2003 version, this is the format. First of all, go to the tools option and then click on the options button and then click on the custom list. For 2007 version, first of all, click on the office button and then Excel options and then advanced options and then custom. You have to scroll down here. For 2007 and 2010, after clicking on the advanced option, scroll down, you will find the edit custom in the 2010 to 13 version. In 2007 version, you will find the custom option. This is the way to open the custom list. If you click on the custom list means then one dialog box will be appeared on your screen. That dialog box belongs to the custom list. This is the custom list dialog box. In this custom list over here, whatever the created custom lists are there, that custom lists will be appeared at the left side. If you want to create means you have to go for the right side option. Or add button will be appeared at the right hand side. If you click on the add button, if you click on this add button means then automatically the cursor will be blink in the create section. If the cursor is blinking means then automatically you can write something from your keyboard. I am writing here vegetable, and after completing the vegetable I have to press enter key from my keyboard. If I am pressing the enter key means the cursor will come to the next line. If the cursor is coming to the next line means then I can write tomato over here, again press the enter button and cursor will appear at the next line and write the chili over here and again press the enter button. The cursor will be appeared on the next line and write the onion over here. This is the list I have to create in the custom list. After creating the custom list, at a downward you can see the OK button and cancel button. At left hand side already created entries will be appear. That means already created entries means Sunday, Monday like this and dates will be appeared over here and the next date will be appeared over here and next months will be appeared over here. This is the already created lists all are available at the left hand side. Whatever the new list you have to created that will be appeared at the right hand side. Here I am creating the list as vegetable, tomato, chili, onion. These are the list I have to create it. After creating the list, click on the OK button and after clicking on the OK button, go to the Excel sheet. Here I am taking the sample Excel sheet over here. Column A, column B, row 1, row 2 and row 3 over here. If I am writing vegetable in the A1 cell, after completing the typing over here, select this cell and drag towards the downward direction. Then automatically this list will be appeared here. That means after vegetable, tomato will be appeared and chili will be appeared and next onion will be appeared. If you drag towards the downward direction means then next series will be filled. The next series means it will be repeated as many times you are dragging. That means up to here the series is completed. The series is repeated like vegetable and next is tomato. If you drag towards the 100 cell means same data will be repeated for the 100 cell also. For example, in the B1 cell, I am writing fruit in the B1 cell and I am selecting this cell and trying to drag towards the downward direction. For this fruit, I didn't create any custom list in the Excel sheet. That means the fruit will be copied. That means this cell is copied and pasted towards the remaining cells. That means up to where you dragged, up to there, the fruit will be pasted. This is the way to create the custom list. Again, I am taking add button. I am clicking on the add button. Again, the cursor is blinking here. You can see the right hand side, I already created the vegetable. The vegetable is also added in the custom list. Here the cursor is blinking and I am writing as fruit, enter button and mango. Again press on the enter button and apple. Again press enter button and pineapple. Click on the OK button. If you click on the OK button means this created list is entered into the custom list. That means a new list is created in the custom list. Again I am going to the Excel sheet and I am writing fruit in the B1 cell. If I am writing fruit in the B1 cell and selecting this cell and dragging towards the downward direction means here you can find the next series. That means after fruit you can find mango, apple and pineapple over here. At first time, before creating the custom list, I selected the fruit and dragging towards the downward direction means the fruit is copied and pasted in the remaining cells. After creating the custom list, I am selecting the fruit and dragging towards the downward direction means then automatically the remaining list is appeared. This is the way to create the custom list. You can create any list items in the custom list dialog box. After creating the list entries in the new list, click on the OK button. This is the way to create the custom list. There will be a difference for autofill and custom fill. For example, if autofill means that will be copied further or filled with remaining series in the Excel sheet. For custom list means they won't fill the remaining appearance. They will be go to the custom list and create some new list entries and then click on the OK button. Then only the list will be appeared on the Excel sheet. For custom list you have to add some entries in the custom list dialog box. For autofill means select that list and drag towards the downward direction means then it automatically filled with the next series. This is the custom fill and autofill features in the Excel sheet. I hope you understand. Thank you.